Welcome to worship with Bethel Presbyterian Church on this glorious Veterans Day weekend. Isn't it great out there? I hope you have spent some time outside in the sunshine before you come inside here and worship with us in the sun, S-O-N, shine. Before we begin today's worship service, I just wanted to share a little bit of history with you about Veterans Day. What is it? How long has it been around? Why do we celebrate it? Have you ever wondered about any of this? When World War I ended on November 11th, 1918, it ended with the signing of the armistice by the Allies and Germany. Armistice. I've heard that word so many times in my life. And I know we have some younger people that watch with us, but what does the word armistice mean? It means a temporary suspension of hostilities by agreement between warring parties. It's a truce, if you would. In the first Armistice Day proclamation in 1919, President Woodrow Wilson called for the nation to remember those who had died for their country's service and to make the day an opportunity for America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations. In 1927, Congress called for the display of the U.S. flag on government buildings, and in 1938, Congress called for the observance of Armistice Day in churches and schools, again dedicating the day to the cause of world peace. Something that's important to note is that the nation was telling the churches to celebrate this day. This wasn't an initiative rising from the churches, but from Congress. The timing was significant. The strong stirrings of World War II had already begun. The United States was still reeling from the effects of World War I, and the Great Depression and the political climate overall was against any sort of engagement in yet another war. And in just 3 years, the United States became involved in the war over there in Europe, way out there in the Pacific. Since the end of World War II, observances of Armistice Day have been held all over the nation, but especially in our national cemeteries and monuments and at the tomb of the unknown soldier. The President and many state governors issued proclamations. Countless communities, veterans groups, and civic clubs and organizations have led local observances of Armistice Day. Armistice Day became Veterans Day by an act of Congress in 1954, and it changed its purpose and scope. President Eisenhower, Dwight D., called on the nation to remember the sacrifices of those who fought in all of our nation's wars, to celebrate the contributions of all of the veterans of military service, and to rededicate ourselves to the task of promoting an enduring peace. It is Eisenhower's call that remains the threefold purpose of Veterans Day: remembering those who fought and died, celebrating all veterans, and promoting enduring peace. That brings us to this next part of our worship service. In a time that we need so much peace, I just can't encourage you enough to be thinking of peace, to be praying for the peace of our nation, for the peace of our nation in the world around us. To help us out with that, I've included a video of the peace quilts, the Veterans Day quilts, made by Our Ladies for the women and men who served from our congregation. There are also some vignettes of cemetery markers that recognize the service of those who have already gone on to their reward. We hope that you will enjoy this next short piece celebrating our veterans, both here and those who have already fought and gone on.